people, welcome to Prep Elevate. I welcome all of you to the 30-day mini RC series, which I hope and pray that you've been following. Today we are at day 11. Okay, what is the topic? Art movements, the significance of Dadaism in questioning conventions. ठीक है? तो art, literature, culture, history, philosophy, ये सब prominent themes है, recurring themes है rather, CAT में, SAT में, किसी ना किसी वे में वो लोग ये थीम्स को टेस्ट करते रहते हैं. So that is why I've introduced all of them, like almost all the themes to you. That is the intention behind this mini RC series. Okay. Dadaism, emerging in the early 20th century as a direct response to the disillusionment of World War One. Disillusionment क्या होता है? कोई चीज है जिसका बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करते हो, हाई रिगार्ड्स में देखते हो, सडनली आपको रियलाइज होता है इट्स नॉट एज गुड एज इट प्रोक्लेम्ड टू बी और एज इट फेल्ट टू बी और एज इट सीम्ड टू बी. तो जो डिसअपॉइंटमेंट आप फील करते हो, दैट इज डिसइल्यूजनमेंट. दैट मीन्स you have broken the illusion. The illusion has been broken. It's no longer an illusion, but there is disappointment associated with it because you felt or you held that thing, person or idea in high regards. ठीक है? सो ये डजाइज्म एक था, जो मूवमेंट था अर्ली 20th सेंचुरी का. इट वाज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ द डिसइल्यूजनमेंट ऑफ वर्ल्ड वॉर वन. सो प्रॉब्ली पहले क्या होता था ना, इफ यू हैड टू सेंड पीपल टू वॉर, तो आपको उन्हें कन्विंस करना पड़ता था कि you are fighting for your motherland and you have to give it your all. And there are lots of stories of accounts of soldiers who have later confessed that they were not really, they did not like the bloodshed associated with war, but probably they were manipulated, I would say, in a way, for lack of better words. They were conditioned to believe that their actions served a higher purpose. और बाद में जब वो realization hit करती है ना, that you've killed so many people probably for a higher cause, not to question that, but disillusionment हो जाता है that is this what I was like really looking at, or is this what I was doing? You don't really relate to your actions as humans after that, once you're out of that war zone. So ये उसके वजह से ये movement start हुई थी, and it was a radical movement sought to challenge and deconstruct the established norms of art, culture and society. तो जो भी established norms थे उसके opposite जाना है हमें. हम सब कुछ question करना है, सबको overthrow करना है, because now there is disillusionment. वो shatter हो गया है, वो rose glasses shatter हो गया है, and now we are going to look at things as they are, and this was a reaction to that, a response to that. ठीक है? Rejecting the logic and reason that had contributed to the chaos of the war. ये मैंने बताया ना आपको कि अच्छा, whatever you're doing is for your motherland, you're serving a higher purpose and stuff, you're saving your people. So जैसे ही ये खत्म हो गया ना, ये war zone खत्म हो गया, और Dadaists embraced irrationality, absurdity and spontaneity. So kind of they are trying to express their freedom. इससे पहले जो भी उन्होंने actions लिए थे, that was conditioned. You're taught, you're trained that if this is the situation, this is how I'm going to fight back. Okay, जैसे ही वो shatter हो गया, वो war zone खत्म, environment खत्म, they started reacting, and then there was irrationality, there was absurdity when you can't make sense of what these people are doing. Spontaneity, they are acting impulsively. ठीक है, तो सारा logic, order सब खत्म. Creating works that defy करना मतलब to go against ट्रेडिशनल एस्थेटिक्स एंड इंटेलेक्चुअल रीजनिंग. मतलब अभी तक जो भी उन्हें सही बताया गया था, जो भी एस्टैब्लिश्ड नॉर्म्स थे, सब खत्म, सब कुछ को तोड़ के दे स्टार्टेड ब्रेकिंग फ्री. ठीक है? The movement's significance lies not only in its avant-garde nature, but also in its critique of the very foundations of art and culture. They started questioning everything around art and culture का जो basic foundations है, उसको वो क्वेश्चन करने लगे. ठीक है? By using nonsensical and often provocative methods. Provocative, see, hyphen मतलब we are going to expand on the words prior to the hyphen. So immediately prior usually होता है. So provocative methods क्या थे? Collages, ready-mades and performance art. Dadaists sought to dissolve the boundaries between high art and popular culture. तो उन्होंने क्या किया ना, वो फाउंडेशंस को वो शेक करने की कोशिश करने लगे आर्ट एंड कल्चर की. सो दे स्टार्टेड यूजिंग प्रोवोकेटिव, प्रोवोक करना मतलब दैट यू नो व्हेन यू ट्राई टू बेसिकली, जिसे हम बोलते हैं ना, tease is not the right word actually, when you try to disturb people in authority through methods which are creative and innovative. Let's say collages है, protests हो रहे हैं, ready-made, you know, they are trying to put forth their opinion. Performance art का एक example हो सकता है नुक्कड़ नाटक, if you have heard of it, where people perform on the streets and it's very attention grabbing, right? ये काफी लोगों के नजर में आती है. It's a very good way to spread the word. ठीक है, तो ये सारे मेथड्स वो यूज करने लगे. एंड दिस द आइडिया वाज टू डिसॉल्व द बाउंड्रीज. मतलब ये जो इतना लॉजिक, इतना रीजन, इतना हायर आर्ट पे फोकस हो रहा था, सब खत्म. Everything was they wanted to integrate everything, no boundaries between this art and popular culture, as in what is acceptable, what is not. So popular culture और high art के बीच जो एक difference था, they wanted to break free. Okay, questioning the sanctity of artistic craftsmanship. Okay, they questioned the very basis of it. फिगर्स लाइक मार्शल, अच्छा हाँ, ये मुझे बताना है. जैसे किसी किसी का नाम आता है ना ऐसा, ठीक है, एंड लेट्स से इट्स अ डिफिकल्ट वन, डोंट हैव टू पॉज एंड रीड द एंटायर नेम. का जरूरत पड़े वापस आके रेफर कर सकते हैं. सो आई कैन जस्ट स्किम थ्रू इट. ठीक है, सेव सम टाइम, स्किम थ्रू इट. सो लेट्स से फिगर्स लाइक मार्शल whose fountain, there's a piece of work I think, challenged the very definition of art, and Tristan Zara who wrote manifestos celebrating chaos. So basically हर वो चीज जो करने से उन्हें पहले रोका जाता था और बहुत ही ऐसा एकदम स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में उन्होंने लाइफ लीड किया था. लेट्स से दे स्टार्टेड टेकिंग अ 360 टर्न. They started celebrating chaos. They started questioning the definition of art, and embodied the Dadaist spirit. This was their spirit. We are going to shake the very foundations of everything that we have known so far. ठीक है? At its core, Dadaism was a philosophical rebellion. ठीक है? To go against, to rebel against something. One that questioned the very notions of beauty, meaning and purpose. तो ये जो सारे कोर नोशंस है जिसके बारे में हम एक पर्टिकुलर वे में उसे परसीव करते हैं, ये सारे चीजों को उन्होंने क्वेश्चन किया. ब्यूटी, मीनिंग, पर्पस, ये क्या है एक्चुअली, कौन डिफाइन करता है इसे, क्या सही है, क्या गलत है, क्या बैरियर्स है, एवरीथिंग. स्टार्टेड क्वेश्चनिंग एवरीथिंग. फॉरएवर ऑल्टरिंग द ट्रेजेक्टरी. ऑल्टर करना मतलब चेंज करना. फॉरएवर चेंजिंग द ट्रेजेक्टरी ऑफ आर्ट and laying the groundwork for later movements like surrealism and conceptual art. हिस्ट्री में जितने भी मूवमेंट्स हुए हैं ना, no matter how successful they have been, at least they have served as gateways for further movements. ठीक है, तो let's say even if Dadaism was not a massive success, but it acted as a catalyst for further movements. Surrealism और conceptual art, तो बहुत सारी चीजों का एक इम्पैक्ट, मिनिस्क्यूल इम्पैक्ट होता है, वो कलेक्टिवली एक बहुत बड़ा वेव लेकर आता है. ठीक है, तो ये सारे कुछ मूवमेंट्स हुए हैं हिस्ट्री में which have, let's say, not all have been massively successful or impactful, but at least they have opened the gateways for further successful movements. ठीक है, this was about Dadaism, and it's fairly easy, right? Not a lot of very difficult words, and if at all there have been like some difficult words, I don't have space to write down the meanings of all of them. So what I'll do is I'll try and put the meanings in the description box for your reference. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन क्या है? सेंट्रल आर्ग्यूमेंट प्रेजेंटेड इन द पैसेज. ठीक है, Dadaism sought to preserve traditional artistic form. यहीं पे आपको पता चला चाहिए था ये गलत था. ट्रेडिशनल के अगेंस्ट जाते थे वो. ठीक है, while integrating elements of modern culture, no, they went completely against it. यहाँ पे कोई बैलेंस की बात नहीं है कि थोड़ा उनका रख सकते हैं, थोड़ा अपना रख सकते हैं. It was like whatever is the established culture, we're going to go against it. Dadaism was primarily a philosophical rebellion that challenged established norms in art and culture. Yes, it did. Dadaism had no influence on modern art and was short-lived in its impact. गलत है. पहली बात तो उसका कितना impact पड़ा, although we don't know, we know that it opened gates for further movements, so short term तो नहीं बोल सकते उसे. और it had no influence तो totally गलत है. Influence तो definitely था. ठीक है. Dadaism rejected all forms of art. पूरा सारे फॉर्म्स ऑफ आर्ट को रिजेक्ट करे थे. नो, दे एम्ब्रेस्ड अ डिफरेंट फॉर्म ऑफ आर्ट. दे सेलिब्रेटेड chaos. They invented, let's say, they popularized what we now know as the popular art culture. ठीक है, ये सब करते थे, रिजेक्ट नहीं करते थे. एंड एडवोकेटेड फॉर कंप्लीट डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ आर्टिस्टिक एक्सप्रेशन. नो, ये नहीं था. तो करेक्ट आंसर क्या है? ठीक है. क्वेश्चंस मैंने इजी रखे, ऑप्शंस भी मैंने बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं रखे. इजी टू कम टू द राइट आंसर इफ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द एसेंस ऑफ द पैसेज. What does the passage imply about Dadaism's critique of traditional art? Okay, Dadaism sought to glorify traditional art. No, glorify करना मतलब appreciate करना नहीं. Dadaism rejected the concept of art as a serious endeavor and embraced absurdity. Yes, embraced absurdity. Serious art as in वो जो high art था ना, कि art इस तरह का ही होना चाहिए. And they were like, art should have no barriers. जो भी हम प्रेजेंट करें वही आर्ट है. तो दे एम्ब्रेस्ड अब्सर्डिटी, द लैक ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, द लैक ऑफ प्रॉपर बाउंड्रीज, की इस तरह यू नो द डेफिनेटिव मीनिंग्स, द टेक्स्ट बुक डेफिनेशन, सारे को अवॉइड करके दे एम्ब्रेस द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ अब्सर्डिटी इन आर्ट. Dadaism focused on refining existing artistic methods. No, they completely went against it. Refine नहीं किया ना उन्होंने, refine किया ना incorporate किया, पूरा 360 डिग्री रिवर्स गए थे वो. ठीक है. Dadaism affirmed the traditional values. No, affirm भी नहीं किया था. Totally they went against it. They embraced absurdity, chaos. In what way did Dadaism lay the foundation for later art movements according to the passage? Okay. Dadaism provided a clear structure for future movements like surrealism, focusing solely on the traditional art forms. No, they served as a gateway for movements like surrealism, but structure दिया कि नहीं, we don't mind focusing only on traditional art form, तो totally गलत है. ठीक है, इसी के अगेंस्ट तो वो गए थे. Dadaism introduced chaotic and anti-rational ideas. हाँ, chaotic तो था, anti-rational भी था. ठीक है. And influenced later art movements like surrealism and conceptual art. Yes, this is correct. Dadaism was primarily a political movement. No, it was a philosophical rebellion. Remember, political movement, the philosophical rebellion था, with little relevance to the development of future art movements. नहीं, बहुत अच्छा ही influence पड़ा था. And it was not a political movement, it was a philosophical rebellion. Dadaism was largely irrelevant to evolution of modern art. No, maybe we don't know the degree to which it had an impact. ठीक है, कि lasting impact किस degree तक हुआ, maybe we are not very sure about it, like the passage does not continue, but we definitely know that it had an impact, and it influenced later movements like surrealism and conceptual art. And what did it introduce? Chaos and anti-rationalism. ठीक है, ये key contributions थे. So this was definitely an easier one compared to the previous passages if you've been following. Less difficult words, but we need to get accustomed to all kinds of passages, all kinds of genres. ठीक है, तो वो हमें वो muscle develop करना पड़ेगा, patience develop करना पड़ेगा. So I hope you are enjoying the series, you're finding it valuable and insightful. Any comments, any suggestions, I would be more than happy to take it up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.